And you're live. Imagine a picturesque house with a lane to the front door and an oak tree in the lawn. A wealthy family, 2 mothers, a daughter, and, as of 1 hour ago, a grandfather dead on the office floor. Let's see what's happening in the sitting room.
Oh my goodness, honey, I just saw the most horrible thing.
Do tell, dearest.
It was my father, dead on the floor. Can you believe that this would happen to me?
I truly cannot believe it. There, let it all out.
I mean, has anyone ever suffered from such a terrible experience such as this other than me? Oh, why me? Oh.
Your feelings are valid. I'm validating them as we speak. Margaret's husband died 2 days ago, and her feelings, they are not as valid as your feelings. Your feelings right now. If only there was a ray of sunshine in our lives to brighten your aura.
Luckily, Donna and Karen have a child who is excellent at aura brightening. Come on in, Goldie.
Hello, Mother. Hello, Mother. Oh my goodness. What has happened?
The most horrible news, my precious child.
Oh, honey, do you need me to do it, or do you just need to take a breath? Remember the breathing exercises.
Your grandfather has died.
Oh dear, that's so sad. How could this happen?
She knows exactly how it happened. Enter Karen's brother Tom, who found out about his dead father when Karen called him 25 minutes ago. He's a lightly sleazy stolen watch salesman who fell out with Karen in the late 80s. She didn't approve of his watch theft, and he didn't approve of her being annoying. And then she said that he should move back to Wisconsin and find a wife or a real job. And then he pointed out that she didn't have a real job either. And then Karen pointed out that making soap infused with essential oils is totally a legitimate job. And then he said that nobody cared about her hippy-dippy, tree-hugging, peace and love anti-vaccine garbage. Anyway, here he comes.
Karen, it's been a while.
Oh, great. Uncle Tom. Why, hello, Uncle.
Don't talk to your uncle, sweetie. He'll taint you with his incredible mediocrity.
I can handle being in the same room.
Listen to your mother, dear.
You are my mother.
Yes, and I agree with your other mother. Go play in the hall.
Fine. Or, of course, Mother dearest. Whatever you say. La 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 la, I'm leaving. La 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 la.
Please, continue your sibling dispute, dear.
Oh, thank you, honey. What was I about to say? Oh, right. Hello, Tom. How was your business?
Hey, now don't give me that tone, Karen. You know I'm the most reputable watch salesman in Wisconsin. But that's not why I'm here. You got any more news about Dad?
Well, I was so overwhelmed by the terrible scene. I can't believe I managed to see Goldie's look-alike American Girl doll next to his body, with blood all over it.
There, dearest. Remember what Deborah said at Pilates last week? Any bad memory can and will be buried deep, deep inside if you try hard enough.
Oh, Karen, that's horrible. I can't imagine who would want to do that to Dad. But you said Goldie's doll was next to his body?
I know it's terrible, Tom. What are you implying?
Yes, Tom. What are you implying, you dunce?
Hey, now, ladies, I'm not trying to imply anything here. Don't be ridiculous. I'm just saying it's a little strange that her doll was there.
She forgets her toys everywhere. Karen, darling, your brother is making my aura angry.
Oh, don't worry, honey. He's leaving.
Nah, you can't kick me out of my own childhood home. What kind of example would that set for your daughter?
What do you know about raising a child? You're a crook.
You know what? I could tell that you two need a moment. While I have done literally nothing wrong, I'll wait downstairs, not eating the last of the crackers and not eavesdropping.
Tom leaves, the stolen wristwatches in his pockets clinking as he walks. Karen and Donna are left to stew over the conversation.
That man cannot be related to me. I am a woman of logic. He is a sack of skunks.
I manifest that he will soon come to his senses.
I mean, honestly, what kind of idiot has to think it's strange to find your daughter's beloved doll absolutely covered in blood right beside your father's dead body? I'm sure that happens all the time. Right?
Right. I mean, she's left her toys up there by mistake before, hasn't she?
Not that I can remember.
Oh. Huh.
When she visited Tom last summer, did he say something about our baby's complicated relationship with the elderly?
Oh, what? When she supposedly punched the oldest surviving World War II nurse in the nose?
No. When she supposedly beat that Nobel Prize-winning Hiroshima photographer with his own cane?
Oh, I thought you were going to bring up the time she supposedly spit on the Mr. Rogers lookalike.
Oh, the one she supposedly called a rotten bag of blood and bones? No, honey, I would have just said that.
Of course, dear.
Call me crazy, but would you say that our precious baby may have a tendency towards violence?
Hypothetically, assuming all those stories are true, I would say she does, though especially toward old people.
Would you also say that finding a bloody child's toy beside a beaten elderly man is suspicious, considering this behavior?
Karen, darling, I absolutely would consider it highly suspicious.
This is all hypothetical, though.
Yes. All of it exists in another realm as far as we know.
But could it be possible?
There's a pause. Have they done it?
No.
Alas, they have not done it. However, our little scamp Tom, listening from downstairs and eating crackers like there's no tomorrow, has come to a conclusion. As dim as Karen thinks he is, his brain is certainly at least half functioning.
I've got to figure out a way to tell them. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? Goldie killed Dad. Her doll covered in blood by the body. Her history of unaggravated assault against the elderly. How she would always flip Dad off behind his back. I mean, the evidence is all there. She's the murderer. Oh, but they won't believe me. They don't believe a single word that comes out of my mouth. And besides, they love that kid. They think she's perfect. It's disgusting. They practically worship the ground she walks on. But that little twerp, I know what she did. I see right through that goody two-shoes act she puts on. If I don't stop her now, who's to say how many more old people will fall victim to that monster? No more shall suffer the fate of my father. No more innocent people shall have the life beaten out of them by a small plastic doll. I know what I must do. I don't care if they don't believe me. I don't care if Karen calls me crazy. I need to at least try to open their eyes to the monster they call Goldie.
Tom is set on revealing the truth. Upstairs, Donna and Karen mull over their suspicions.
Donna, honey, I've been thinking. How could we have thought that our daughter would have done such a terrible thing?
I've been wondering the same. I feel awful, just awful. She's our ray of light, our little slice of heaven. I need some eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus was very important to Donna and Karen.
Shh, don't blame yourself. You are not the one at fault. No one is. I mean, we are wonderful mothers.
Well, you are right about that. And besides, our little Goldie, a murderer, she doesn't have the guts.
No, never. We raised such a sensitive little child. How on earth would she even know how to kill someone?
Listen, you can find anything on the internet these days, but our little child? Honey, she still watches Sesame Street, I swear. She's not nearly as rough and tumble as we were back in the day. I love her more than anything, but she's just our little baby.
Karen and Donna, oblivious as always, don't realize that their golden child is listening from the hall and positively seething over this belittlement.
How dare they? How dare they speak so low of me? I'll show them. Oh, yes, I'll show them more than just their stupid little girl.
He starts to pace up and down the hallway, shaking with rage. Picture the angriest person in the world and then make it a small blonde child pacing down a hallway. This was the greatest betrayal she had experienced in her short, sheltered life.
Yes, I'll tell them. I'll tell them everything. I mean, sure, maybe I'll get sent to jail and spend the rest of my life in misery or something, but they'll never be able to deny my abilities now.
Thrilled with the prospect of validation for her crime, she flings open the sitting room door.
Oh, mothers!
You scared me.
We're always doing that. You go.
No, you go, honey.
No, you go.
Shut up!
The golden child prepares to make her grand announcement. Uncle Tom comes whirling up the stairs, the hot fire of justice propelling him forward.
I killed Betty Keith! What?
What?
You've got to believe me. The facts are all there as plain as day.
What facts could you possibly be talking about, you fool?
Our baby is not a murderer. She's a beautiful flower of a child.
Well, for one, you found her doll covered in blood next to the body.
Don't you think that's some kind of evidence? A doll covered in blood? A doll that looks like me?
That could mean anything.
It means that I did it.
And she hates old people.
I do. I hate them. I throw rocks at them in the street.
She spit on a Mr. Rogers lookalike.
And I would do it again.
If anything, it makes me wonder what these oldies have done to provoke our angel.
My thoughts exactly.
What?
Tom and Goldie are steaming over Karen and Donna's stupidity, and I don't blame them. Suddenly, despite very much not being on the same team, they're on the same team.
No! You two are...
Unbelievable. Clearly Golden Girl here got fed up with Dad.
That old geezer. He smelled like radishes and toe fungus. I'd had enough. So when I got him alone...
She beat him to death with a symbol of girlhood and whimsy.
My look-alike doll! It was perfect! Who better to help me with homicide than myself?
But she left the doll behind.
Because it was covered in old man's blood.
That's not the point.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, come on, ladies. Isn't it obvious? We gotta lock her up.
Yes, you do! I'm dangerous and edgy. I listen to a punk band now called the Chainsmokers.
Oh, kiddo. You sure you killed him?
Shut up, you hag!
Hey, that's crook to you.
Whatever.
Stop it! Both of you. My beautiful angel baby. Did you really murder your dear grandfather in cold blood?
Yes, Mother. Yes, I did.
Well, this is a lot to digest.
Our little buttercream cupcake? A murderer? Well, I am...
So proud of you!
I knew you'd say that, you oblivious... Wait, I'm sorry, what?
All it takes is one slimy old man to break a young girl out of her shell.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. This is incredible. This is what women empowerment looks like, wouldn't you say?
I'm sorry. Please walk me through this?
Sure thing.
Your daughter murdered our dad.
Yes, she did.
And you're proud of her for homicide, but when I sell a few watches, you try to burn my favorite fedora.
My daughter is a genius. Tom, you're a criminal. I don't support men that wear mismatched socks and use handkerchiefs.
I can't believe this. I can't believe you. This is exactly why I left this stupid family in the first place. You're a psycho, Karen.
Tom, the day you left the family added 20 years to my life.
Oh, you're just so much fun, you. I never want to hear from you again.
Tom exits, watches clinking in frustration, and Karen and Donna share a look of adoration for their bewildered daughter.
Why aren't you scared? Or angry?
Every young woman has a moment in her life where she must face the world. This has been your moment. Oh, honey, you are a girl boss in the making.
Murder is an extremely male-dominated field, and you pulled it off so brilliantly.
You had us completely fooled. Such a promising, blossoming young woman, following your passions. Sweetheart!
Oh, thank you, mothers! I'm so glad I've made you proud.
And thus we conclude the story of Goldie and her dead grandfather. She would go on to cheat her way through an undergraduate's degree at Harvard and become a real estate agent, profiting from selling the homes of her murder victims. Tom now sells not only watches but used cars, and Karen and Donna live happily in the countryside, huffing essential oils and ignoring public safety guidelines. The end.